So I'm assuming you've all seen Kid Rock fire a fully automatic rifle at a bunch of Bud Light. Well, here's the story. Bud Light partnered with a trans influencer and defended its efforts to authentically connect with diverse groups of people after anti-trans backlash. From time to time, we produce unique commemorative cans for fans and for brand influencers like Dylan Mulvaney. How is Dylan Mulvaney, a histrionic, narcissistic sociopath, in any way representative of people who drink beer? The funny thing is, Dylan Mulvaney even said they had no idea about what March Madness was or why Bud Light mattered. But sure, whatever. That's the story, I guess. I'm not super concerned in talking about Dylan Mulvaney, I suppose. It's ancillary. But Kid Rock recently made a video where he says Grandpa's feeling a little frisky. He then takes the rifle and just unloads on a bunch of Bud Light. You guys want to play this game? We can play this game. All right? Conservatives. Let me pull up this tweet here. This is from Florida Girl 0850 on Twitter. Florida Girl was retweeted by Dana Lash, and she said, "We just refused our Bud Light orders for my liquor store. We are pulling it from our shelves. We are not the only ones, according to our reps. They said it's bad." I'm not surprised. But is that all? Is that all you're willing to do? Anheuser Busch owns Budweiser. So how about instead of Bud Light, you get rid of any and all Anheuser Busch products? Take them out back, throw in a dumpster. Or, I mean, look, if you don't want to lose money for your business, I understand it's hard. Put them on bargain bin sale, say at cost, because once they're gone, they ain't never coming back. I mean, me personally, I'd throw them in the trash and just get rid of them. But I'm glad to see that the rep said it's bad. Bud Light, you should absolutely get rid of. And I'm done playing games. I remember back in the day, I said, I don't care about boycotts. It's silly. Not anymore. Now I want to ramp it up tenfold. So, Florida Girl and anybody else, here's what you do. Any Anheuser-Busch product out of your stores. You're a restaurant, you're a bar, get them out. And you don't even got to think twice. Because I know a bunch of bars and a bunch of places that don't even serve any of their products. Let me do a quick Google search on some of these. Let's do, here's one that people like. Let's do this. Who owns Blue Moon Brewing Company? Miller Coors. Well, there we go. Blue Moon's great. Everybody likes the Blue Moon. I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink a lot of beer. I like Blue Moon. It's good. What do? You put an orange slice in it? Okay, so you're good there. What about, Guinness? Who cares about Anheuser-Busch? Guinness owns Guinness. There you go, everybody. It's time to start boycotting these products. I personally don't have a Netflix account. I personally don't have a Disney Plus account. I don't drink garbage piss water as it is. And I don't drink beer for the most part. So there's not much I can do when it comes to Budweiser or Bud Light. I do think it's funny, though, because some lady tweeted, "We're never going to drink Bud Light again. From here on out, it's Budweiser and Coors." And it's like, Bud Light is Budweiser. Okay, come on. It's like the same thing. Just one is garbage and the other is just kind of garbage. So, sure. You know what? I got to be honest, though, as an aside, I've never quite understood why people drank Miller or Budweiser, because I've always viewed them as just like garbage beer. That's just me. I've never been a big drinker, but when I go out, you think about like a Guinness. It's a very unique thing. What is a Guinness? Like a stout? It's like thick. It's almost creamy in essence. And you take a look at some other beers. I mean, Old English, a dark, take a look, a Heineken, nice import. I look at those and I'm like, these are good. Miller and Coors, Miller and Budweiser, have always been garbage. Like, here's the thing. You go to a party, you want to get drunk. They have like Natty Light, or they've got like Bud Light, or what's the other one? There's just a whole bunch of these generic garbage bargain bin beers that taste like water, but they get you drunk. And then I would see people at bars with like a Budweiser or a Miller, and I'm like, why are you drinking that? PBR is big in Chicago. So Kid Rock's mad about this. Here's what I think. I think they don't care. Here's the quote from Dylan Mulvaney. "I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but turns out it has something to do with sports." She jokes in the video, "I'm not exactly sure which sport, but either way, it's cause to celebrate." I love it. Not only did they try to do a March Madness commercial, but they intentionally insult the fans of March Madness. I think it's hilarious. I just love it. So Are they really trying to make money by doing this? Here's what I think. The reason they do this here, let me show you a response to Florida Girl. This guy, Vote for Pedro, says, I have 2 friends that are bar lounge owners that have done the same. People saying, just not Bud Light one at all. One person says, great question, which I believe should extend in full to the entire product lineup. Anheuser Busch is a corporation that took an astonishing decision and hope they realize it sooner rather than later. Okay. Here's what you need to do right now. Stop buying any Anheuser Busch product. Tell your friends not to buy any Anheuser Busch product. And you don't even got to tell them why. Here's what you do. You go out to drink with some friends. And if one of your buddies like, I'm going to get a Bud Light, or I'm going to get a Budweiser, or I'm going to get Busch, or whatever, just be like, no. You should really try this other beer. Check this one out. Try the Blue Moon. Have you ever tried this one instead? Because here's what needs to happen. Anheuser Busch, in the next month, will be going over their sales. Right now, the stock is in likely surplus. Liquor stores already have their orders in. We're entering a new month. This just happened. What needs to happen is at the end of the month, they need to see a marked decrease in sales to an extreme degree. If everybody who goes to the bar, everybody who goes to the liquor store, does not buy their products and opts for an import or something else instead, they will see it and they will feel it. And they'll get scared. And what you need to invoke is an apology. It's not just about them saying we're going to weather this storm and feeling pain. It's about them seeing such a dramatic drop in sales that they beg for your forgiveness. That's what must happen. So here's what you do. Got a poker game coming up? Okay, opt to be the person. Say, hey, I'll go pick up the beers. And then choose a different company, Miller. In fact, let's make it so that Miller sees their sales go through the roof. Choose a different brand. Be the volunteer to do it. Going to a party, buy the beer and buy a different brand. Going out with friends to eat or drink. If your friends are even slightly politically minded, remind them of this and say, just don't order their products. At the end of the month, the bars will say, we couldn't sell any of your product. We don't need to order anymore. It's sitting on the shelves. Budweiser will then be like a 10% drop in sales from this campaign. Whoops, we better not do it again. But if you get a big enough boycott, they'll actually say, this will take a couple months. They'll actually say, we better apologize. Otherwise, we are in trouble. I'll tell you what, though. Let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to look up the in real time. We'll do this. Pulling up some stock apps, and I'll look up Anheuser Busch. Are they publicly traded? Anheuser Busch Beverage, trading at $66 per share, is down a little bit. Overall, over the past month, they're up 8%. This is really, really good. Oh, man, over the past 3 months, they're up 10%. Wow, talk about a good investment. Here's what happens. If their sales drop and they issue a report at the end of a quarter saying we saw a market decline in sales over the double digits in percentage-wise, then their stock drops. That sends a tremendous message to this company, and that's what the activism is all about. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or anything like that. I'm just saying that's what will move the needle. So it won't be until like the end of the quarter, which is not going to be till what, August or so? What are we looking at? We got it's going to be probably end of June into July, I think, will be the end of the second quarter. And when their sales are in such decline that the shareholders meeting, they're going to be like, what happened? They're going to say, well, we decided to sign an influencer who's a narcissistic, histrionic individual who is deeply offensive and divisive, and people stopped buying our drinks. And they're going to be like, why would you do that? Why would you hire this person? Kid Rock, he shot up a lot of these cans. That matters because Kid Rock has fans. Kid Rock needs to do more than just shoot them up. He needs to say to all his fans, we will never serve an Anheuser-Busch product at my events ever again, nor will I. And you should never buy from them ever again. However, if Anheuser-Busch issues an apology, the first thing I will do is I will go out and I will buy 5 cases. And we will stock our fridge for our guests if they issue an apology and retract this. Because I always believe in giving a path to redemption. But so long as they don't, Stop buying their products. End of story. And let the left whine and complain about it. I'm done playing these games. I will make sure that we never buy from anything associated with them ever again. That's what I'm going to do. Not that we do a whole lot anyway. We like supporting local breweries, but I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all then.